Hello, my little munchkins, my little crows, and my sunflowers. How are you on this fine Sunday evening or night? I know it's late, as always, but this is my fault. Just sometimes I just be chilling and get lost. Well, I hope you had a restful Sunday, and I hope that you got a lot of things that you wanted to be done for the week. I hope they got done. Got done. That don't sound right. I
No, it
hope
doesn't.
that you had them all done. How about that? So
Okay.
anyway, with that being said, let's get into it. I want to read on Kanye. Ye. The reason why is because there's been a lot of talk about is he abusing
Bianca.
Bianca? I don't feel as though he is abusing her. I don't know. I just want to know, is the abuse real? So I'm just going to do a reading on Kanye. It's going to be quick, but I just want to understand what's going on. You know, I know many people think he's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but I know he's not that crazy or cuckoo, because you would have to be crazy to hit that woman and bruise that woman, your wife. You would have to have lost your mind. So I'm just going to lay some cards out. They've already been shuffled to the max. So let's lay them and see what we got here. Here we go. Already we have clouds. I should have picked
The
out a
card.
card for the middle, but I didn't. We have ship and we have child. We have pelican.
A stork.
I mean stork. I always call them that. Yes, they stork. We have the moon. We have an anchor. Okay. We have, I think this is, I'm 42. I think this is a compass. Yes, I think it's compass. We have mice. Boy, this is the first time I drew it, mice.
Yes, it is a compass.
Okay. And a whip. So let me sit here and let me just look at this for a minute and let me tell you what I'm getting from this. Okay. Already the cards start off with a cloud. I don't know if this cloud is about, I don't know if this cloud, I don't know if this cloud is much about them fighting or him being, a word is trying to channel through, I'm sorry. I don't think it's her. I think that it's something with the music.
Okay.
I think the cloud is him obsessing over his music, wanting the music right, probably doing things out of character, putting his heart in it. And I think that it's messing with him psychologically. And I think if in any way that she's being affected, then she's being affected by him emotionally, not because he's being mean to her directly. However, I also see the stork. I also see a compass. I also see the ship. So when I think of this ship, I think of commerce, I think of business, I think of money. So I think whatever's got him stressed out, this is like really, really huge for him. This is something, this is like a big ship. This is supposed to be the mother lode. This is supposed to be the big ship that's going to pay off, get him back to where he want, whatever. But it's something about this, what he's doing. And if she's feeling anything, it's that. Along with that, I see child. Now, I don't know if she's pregnant or if there's rumors of her being pregnant. We're going to get into it. Now, after I see that, I see the first row. I say, let's say for me, I like to see the first row. So after I've read the tops of my second row, I'm going to say, I'm going to look at them as a couple, as one. So what I do see, I see the stork. So the stork lets me know that's a bring on news. So it could be she's pregnant or wanting to be pregnant or trying to be pregnant or maybe have a difficulty and getting pregnant. We're going to find that out. However, I see that this is the moon card, the middle card. That's what chose to be the center for them. So that lets me know that the spotlight is shining on them. They are the stars and the spotlight is shining on them. I also see an anchor, as in they're anchored into their marriage. I don't think, nowhere am I seeing, but I am seeing baby. I don't know. She could have had a miscarriage. I'm not sure yet. But I do see an anchor. And what I see in this anchor, from what I'm reading, even now in their future, it's strong. It's strong. Also, I also see a compass. And that lets me know, what does a compass do? It gives you navigation, right? It points you in the right direction. So in this case, it seems like this compass is preparing them for the trouble ahead, that there are mice, because you see mice. So the compass is letting them know, well, in this direction, there's going to be a lot of mice. There's going to be people out there eating at what you're trying to do, trying to tear your marriage apart. I also see that it's a very difficult time, and for her and him, because they got a lot of media and a lot of people trying to eat at them, but he is navigating it. And at the end of it all, I see a whip. I see a whip. So when I see the whip and the mice, it lets me know that this is painful, that this gossip and always under scrutiny, I think it could be overbearing for her. I think that's what it is. And I think when people are saying he's abusing her, I think she probably gets uncomfortable just being under the spotlight, not being able to do what she want to do. Her life has changed. And like I said, I think this is all an adjustment of her changing. Now, let me see the corners. So when I see the corners and I'm looking at the future, I see it's clouds. I do. I don't know if it's a blockage, but I do see somehow there is a baby or wanting to have a baby. It's definitely there. But I see a navigation. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if she's pregnant, but I do know that there is a baby talk. There is much baby talk. And I absolutely see that there is a compass. And like I said, I don't know, I'm just look at it. Oh, I already got the meaning. So when I see the compass and when I go diagonally, I see the compass point to at the right time, at the right moment. Either it'll be revealed or they will decide to have this baby. On the other side, on my other side, this is what I see. I see the whip, and I see the moon, and I see the clouds, and I see that they have been bombarded on both sides by the media, where people are always trying to tear them down. But he's staying focused, and he's not letting nothing come up against what he is trying to do. What do I mean? Because I see the ship. So nothing is going to come up against this album, against whatever he's got on his fashion. He's really being innovative, and he's really doing a new thing. However, like I said, I still see this moon. And with that moon, that spotlight is on everything he does, everything that he says, and it's on her as well. You have a question?
Yes, my question, as I was looking up some news while you was reading, apparently Kanye is having a little delay in releasing his album because they're struggling to find a distributor who wants to put out the album. Because apparently he has some anti-Semitic comments. So
Okay. He needs to stop
controversial
with
at
it.
this moment.
He has to stop
So my
this.
question is, how's his album going to fare with the public?
Well, the public gonna like it
Yeah, it's Kanye.
because it's Kanye. Let's see, because I was saving this roll for last. I saved that for last. So here, I see right now, it's going through a lot of channels.
Okay.
Like a maze right now. Everything is going through a channel. It's going through a channel. And like I said, people think he's a risk. Here are dice. People think he's a risk. And we have the star. I think it's going to go through, but with complications at the beginning. Because like I said, above it, we know mentally this is whipping him, mentally this is bothering him. And like I said, that could be the stress that people see in the marriage because it's his music career, right? It's his music career that he's putting above. That's his heart. That's the fashion and music. And on both sides, he's getting kicked around because Kanye don't want to conform, but you have to conform.
Yes.
No matter what country you go to. There are rules and regulations. And also what I see is that this ship's let me know he's always moving. He's never satisfied. I don't want to say that. He's never anchored down in one place. He's never anchored down, you see? He's never anchored down. And so for them to have a child, they have to be anchored down. This is why you come here, you would see that navigation. You would have to see even the stars, you would have to navigate through the stars. So it's about timing. It's about the right timing. But I do see that there is a baby and that this is something that they probably want. But it seems like it's clouds get in the way of it. It's just not the right time, or just things are just not right. Like I said, I don't know what the ins and outs of their marriage, but I do know that people see him as a high risk. I do know that that he's trying to get into the right hands, because right now he's like an enigma to people. It's like he's a puzzle. People don't know how to handle him. People don't know, they don't know where he's coming from. So he's going through some changes and he doesn't want to change. So when you have that, what do you have?
Yes.
You have complications. Another question?
Yes, my other question is, does Bianca love Kanye? Because currently in the news, it says that they are taking a break.
See, that's what I said. See, that's what I'm saying. It seems like that, like I said, that he was controlling. There is trouble in their marriage. Like I said, I don't know if it is to break them up or they're separated, because from what I understand, she did go home
With her parents.
with her parents. She went to Australia, right?
Yes.
And a lot of her friends are saying they're thinking that she's in hospice. But what I'm gathering, she seemed like she's there because she want to be.
Right.
It doesn't seem like he's abusing her in that way. If he's abusing her in any way, it's neglect. Because he's rather be about his music, and probably I just get a feeling like he shuts off, and this could be the problem. But I don't think it's any physical abuse. Go ahead.
Yes, so then does Bianca love Kanye?
You asked me that.
Yes. I was wondering what the answer was to that question.
I better go ahead.
Okay.
Because I don't see no love in none of this. I don't see love. What do I see?
I just hope this break isn't permanent.
It could be. It could be. It could be his way of wanting to get back with Kim.
Oh, yeah, you never know with those
Kim
two.
ain't forever.
Yes,
That's what he said. This could be. I don't know. Kim could have worn him down.
Right. Maybe their contract finally came
But
to
I
an
don't
end.
think Kim want them. Unless he gonna give Kim what she want. What was your question?
Does Bianca love Kanye?
Let me lay out 3 cards. Let me go to the handy dandy.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you what I see. What I see, I have the 9 of Cups. I have the 7 of Cups. And I have the 5 of Swords. Now, what I see in this, I see, yes, she loves him. Cups always representing love and good feelings, but yet there are times where she feels indecisive. Sometimes I guess she feels like she's all alone with him, you know? And I know that it's probably very complex in understanding him, especially when he gets into that mood, you know? But do she love him? The answer is yes, but I think sometimes she gets confused about it.
Okay.
Yes, according to the cards. Yes, she loves him. But you know, when somebody is changing or you're fighting about this and that and the other thing, you don't feel loving at that moment.
Yeah.
But the overall sense is yes, she loves him. But sometimes it's not clear, you know. And it shows again that they have arguments. To what degree? I don't know. I don't know if it's really, and it just seems to me that they argue about what's going on around them
Okay.
versus about what's going on with them.
Okay.
Like I just see that there are people involved, like other people that's coming in that's causing friction, that keep them at flux. You know, like Kim could be, you know,
Yes.
her family, her friends. I just see outside forces. And like here, even mice, outside forces. What else I see? Like a storm, outside forces here. Even though this is a good thing, but it's not good to be trapped in a maze. And like you separate yourself. Yeah, you separate yourself, but all at the same time, you separating yourself from people. And so maybe he needs to get his attitude right towards people again, because you see a separation, you know, and maybe he's trying to find his way back. I'm not sure, but I definitely see a whip, a cloud, and mice. So yes, even in here, I see complications, but I don't see a divorce. I don't see that, but I do see a little friction. I don't see black eyes and get out, and I don't see that, you know, because I don't think that he wants his marriage to end. I think that when he gets in the music and he wants it right, I think it just overwhelms him, and maybe he become distant. I'm getting something like that.
Yeah, I could understand that.
Yeah, and if you're not used to it, you know, because they've been married now going on 2 years,
Let's see.
or is it a year?
I want to say it's a year.
I think it's a year.
They got married in December of 2022.
Okay. So this year, I make 2 years.
No, this year will make 1 year.
December. Yeah. So they haven't even been married a year. So they just about to make they back to their winter marriage. See, they're going through their newlyweds, and they're adjusting. You know, but one of the things I do see, like over here, is that you see that anchor, and I see below it the whip, and I think that's, as I look at this card, above it I see a child, and in the middle I see an anchor, and then all at the same time I see a whip, and beyond and below that I see a star. So that lets me know that one of the problems is she probably wants to have a child, but because they're not stable, it caused a friction in their relationship. And even though he tries to keep her hopeful, I think that it's a friction that maybe she wants to have a place where she can settle down and not be moving all over the place, and have a home where she can bring a baby into this world. Another Kanye. I think that's what this what it looks like. However, I do see that if they work this out, I do see a baby. I really do. I do see a baby. I see a baby. This is the future. I definitely see a baby over here. I see a baby. I see a baby. And over here in the past, it's like it's been talked about, you know? And is there anything that would block them from having a baby? Well, here we see the commerce. That's not it. We see the moon, but we see the mice. And those mice are outside forces, pests. But I think that they're working on it because even here you could see where on a diagonal where so he working on it. I don't know if he want another child right now, but I think that she wants a baby. And I think that this is a problem, but she's hopeful. And we'll see, we'll see about that. But I think that definitely. And I think that, like I said, they have outside forces that want to come in and eat at their mercy, that there are forces that want to see them fail. That want to see them fail. And along with his darkness or depression that he go through, it seems more like a separation where he just be by himself, especially when he get into the music. He could become very, my word is obnoxious. Not in a mean way, but just who he is. Do you have another question?
I think we've asked all the questions I'm
Yeah.
curious
So
about.
do she love him? Yes, she loves him. But you know, as always, as marriages go, because hearts, they deal with emotions. And yes, the emotions are high, but you see a friction too. So it's not perfect. And sometimes maybe she wonders because of what she wants. She wants to settle down and she wants to have a baby. This is what the cards are saying. But it just seemed like a friction keeps getting in the way. However, it just seemed like at the end of it, though, at the end of it, at the end, yes, the clouds will put out the star, but it's pretty far away where I think the star is going to shine bright because if he really wants his marriage to stand, I think that she's going to want to have a baby. At least this is what the cards are saying to me. As I said, everything I say is allegedly, but it just looks like she wants to have a baby. And I think that he got to make the time and make sure, because she can't have a baby if he ain't giving her the sperm, correct?
Correct.
So this is what I think. However, I do think that they have little issues, but I think a lot of their issues are from outside forces that tries to keep them apart or keep them bickering. But overall, the overall stances of their marriage, yes, they have storms, but I think that the light is on them. I can't imagine what it would be like somebody's looking at you all the time and trying to find fault with you, always trying to sound negative. And I wish that whatever he says, I hope that he doesn't say anything negative about the
Please.
Jews. Please, Kanye, leave those Jews alone. You won't win. Okay, here's
For
the
real.
outcome of their relationship. I see a victory.
Oh, okay.
I see victory. I think that they're going to be just fine for now. Everything I read about within the next 3 to 6 months, that's it. And unless I was reading for a time frame, I have no time. I tell you, it'll be a quick time frame. It ain't gonna be too long if you get those mice, because those mice gonna eat up everything you have, and then yeah, so you don't want that. But when we bring a baby in the world, we want it to be right. Right? So I think this is what it is. So we'll see how that plays out. And as far as his music career, he's a risk. He's a risk. But that too will turn out too. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed my reading on Kanye. I just had to read about him. I wanted to know what was going on in their marriage. And yes, they do have their bickers, but I do think a lot of it could be she wants to have a baby. She wants to settle down and have a little Kanye. I think that could be one of the problems. And I think that he gets caught up in his work and then he could become distant or like, how can I say it? And like a madman and could be very pushing people away. And that can make a person feel unloved or alone. And maybe may want you to go home, but I don't think he means to. But I think he loves her, and I think that she loves him. At least that's what the cards are showing. out of all cards, cups showed up, and at the end it says it's going to be all right. And what's his last name? Oh yes, and Westville. It's going to be
Yes.
fine. So with that, we pray for the best, right? So I hope you enjoyed my reading on Kanye, on Ye, and Bianca. Sunflowers.